Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're having a great week. Miss Katie asked me if I would do your bedtime story for this week, so I'm going to. I'm Miss Brandy and I am coordinator for the preschool ministry, so I work with the preschoolers, the toddlers, and the babies. And she told me to pick my favorite book, so I did. It was a very difficult decision, but this one is very special to me. It was my son's favorite when he was little, and so it's the one I picked. This is Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. This book has many special memories for us. This is probably our 4th or 5th copy because we really like it and we read a lot, so we've read this book a ton of times. I also made a Max costume for Elijah when he was little, which we still have. It's very special to me along with this book. So let's get started. Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. Okay, here we go. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. So you can see him. There's Max being mischievous. He made mischief of one kind and another. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. There he is. He does not look happy about that, does he? That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Looky there. And grew. Has that ever happened in your room? And it grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. Looky there. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. He is sailing in his boat. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. There they are. Look at that wild thing. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, they gnashed their terrible teeth, and they rolled their terrible eyes, and they showed their terrible claws. I want you to look at this. Roaring and gnashing and clawing. Look at those wild things. Until Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all of their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. Look at that. Do you think you could tame the wild things? And are you the most wild thing of all? And they made him king of the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. So here they are. Max is the king, and he's beginning the wild rumpus. And here they are. Look, there's a full moon, and they are acting crazy. Oh, here they are, hanging from the trees. Do you do that? And more wild activities. Look at this. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. There's the wild things going to sleep. And look, Max looks sad. He misses the ones who love him. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars, and they gnashed their terrible teeth, and they rolled their terrible eyes, and they showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat, and he waved goodbye. And there he is. He is not scared of these wild things. He still wants to go to a place where people love him. And he sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day. There he is sailing. He looks very sad, doesn't he? Very sad. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. Oh my goodness. And it was still hot. Let me show you that picture again. There it is. There's his dinner. Who do you think brought his dinner to him? I bet it was his mom. She didn't want him to be hungry, did she? She knew that her little boy was a wild thing, but she loved him anyway. All right. I hope you guys have a great week, and I hope you enjoyed this book, Where the Wild Things Are, and I hope you guys act like wild things all week too and have lots of fun outside climbing trees and playing and being crazy. Have a great week, guys, and good night. Bye.